Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and half the people you know are dead. Not in a few years, not in months, in a matter of weeks. This isn't a sci-fi movie. This isn't a theoretical simulation. This already happened. And the apocalypse didn't start with a meteor or a nuclear bomb. It started with a single fleet of ships. October 1347. 12 Genoese trading ships arrived at the port of Messina, Sicily, fresh from the Black Sea. But there was no cheering, no unloading of cargo. When the port authorities boarded the ships, they found a floating nightmare. The sailors were either dead or barely clinging to life. They were delirious with fever, unable to keep food down, and covered in mysterious, oozing black swellings. The authorities panicked. They ordered the death ships out of the harbor, but they were too late. The cargo had already unloaded itself. What followed was the fastest, most unrelenting biological disaster in human history. The disease didn't march with an army. It moved silently. In the holds of those ships were black rats, and on those rats were fleas. These fleas carried a microscopic time bomb in their gut. When the rats died, the fleas moved to the next warm body they could find, humans. From Sicily, it exploded across the continent, through trade routes from city to city, market to market, Italy, France, England, Germany. By 1348, nowhere was safe. The invisible assassin was everywhere. The death it brought was agonizing. First came the sudden fever and the chills. Then terrible aches. But the true horror was the buboes, foul-smelling black boils that erupted on the neck, armpits, and groin. Some were the size of an egg. Others grew as large as an apple. When they burst, the pain was blinding. Once the black boils appeared, you had maybe a few days to live. Sometimes just hours. People went to sleep healthy and were dead by morning. There was no cure, no explanation, and absolutely no escape. The bacteria killed the body, but fear killed society. Pure, unadulterated panic took over. Parents abandoned their sick children. Husbands fled from their dying wives. Doctors refused to see patients. Priests refused to give last rites. Some locked themselves in their homes, trying to block out the world, only to starve to death. Entire villages were wiped off the map. Ghost towns left completely to the wind. In just 5 short years, the Black Death erased up to 50% of Europe's population. That is 50 million people dead. Graveyards overflowed so fast that bodies were stacked in massive trenches like firewood. It ended the feudal system and permanently altered the course of human history. But here is the twist. The bacteria that caused this nightmare, Yersinia pestis, it didn't go extinct. It's still here. Cases pop up around the world, even today. The Black Death happened once. It completely broke the world. And if a pathogen that aggressive strikes again, are we really any more prepared than they were?